Hey everyone, Tendra here. With 10.2 coming out pretty soon, we know we're going to get some new mounts. So I went in game, popped open my mount journal, went through it and found all the new mounts available in it. So I figured I'd make a little video so you could see how we obtain them. Starting off, we have Anarolis' Flames Guidance. This mount's going to drop in Amaterasul, and it's going to drop off the boss for rock. This is a dynamic flying mount, or more commonly referred to as a dragon riding mount. And I have to say, this is a pretty sharp looking mount. Hopefully I can get my hands on one. Next up we have the Flourishing Whimsy Drake. This you're going to get out of the zone, the Emerald Dream. You're going to receive it for doing the quest, the Emerald Welcome. Again, this is a dynamic flying mount or dragon riding mount. With the name of the quest, it feels like you're going to get this as an introduction quest reward, so we should see a lot of these flying around the zone. Next up we have the Blossoming Dream Stag. This again is from the Emerald Dream. This time you're going to buy it off a vendor, Thistlefur, and it's going to cost you 2,500 Seed Bloom. These mounts always remind me of the Tallbugs from Burning Crusade, but I have to say I do like the coloring of this one. Next up we have Delugen. This again is going to be in the zone, the Emerald Dream. This is sold by the vendor Eliana, and the cost for this will be 1 Dream Infusion. I've never been the biggest fan of the translucent mounts, but I am a mount collector so I will get these. Our next mount is the Evening Sun Dream Saber, and again it will be in the zone, the Emerald Dream. It's going to be bought off the vendor Thistlefur again, and again it will cost you 2,500 Seed Bloom. Here we have a tiger mount, and since I have a big collection of tigers, this will be one more added to my stable. Next up we have Imagine Wing. This again will be in the zone, the Emerald Dream. This is sold by the vendor Eliana, and it will cost 1 Dream Infusion. Here we have another translucent mount. As I've said before, I'm not a big fan of these, so they'll be added to my collection last. Next up on the list is the Lunar Dream Stag. This again will be in the zone, the Emerald Dream. This one is sold by Moon Priestess Lysara, and the cost on it will be 1,200 Dragon Isle supplies. Okay, so I like everything about this mount. From the coloring to the size of the horns, it's a very sharp mount. Next on our list is Mammoth, and again it will be in the zone, the Emerald Dream. This is sold by the vendor Eliana, and it will cost 1 Dream Infusion. Here we have another translucent mount. This time it's an elephant. To me these just aren't all that exciting, but it is another one to add to my collection. Our next mount is the Morning Flourishing Dream Saber. This again will drop in the zone, the Emerald Dream, and this will take us back to the vendor Thistlefur. The cost of this is 2,500 Seed Bloom. Here we have another tiger. I'm not a big fan of the aqua color on him, but you know what, it's another tiger to add to my collection. Next up we have the Okra Dream Talon. This again will come out of the Emerald Dream, but this time it's from a quest, A Little Hope is Never Without Worth. Okay, so even though this uses the skeleton of the raptor, it's a pretty unique looking mount, being it's a half raptor, half cat. I don't think I've seen this mount in game before, so it's kinda nice to have a unique one. Our next one is the Rekindled Dream Stag. This again is from the Emerald Dream. It's going to be bought off the vendor Thistlefur, and it will cost you 2,500 Seed Bloom. We have another Tallbuck looking mount here, but the coloring on this one and the horn size doesn't do it any favors, so it's not going to be one of the first ones I buy. Next up we have the Salotrancer. This again is in the Emerald Dream. This is sold by the vendor Eliana, and the cost for this is 1 Dream Infusion. Here we have another translucent mount, and this is a fairly new mount model. I think it would have been nicer if they would have actually given it a color palette instead of making it translucent. The next one we had was the Shadow Dusk Dream Saver. This had no information in the mount journal about it, so I'm not sure where it comes from or if it's going to have a vendor price. Here we have another tiger mount, and the silver and the purple really go together very well. I really like this mount, and it'll probably be one of the first ones I grab. Our next mount is the Snowfluff Dream Talon. This again is in the zone, the Emerald Dream, and again it's going to come off the vendor Thistlefur, and the price is going to be 2,500 Seed Bloom. Here we have another Dream Talon, and the coloring on it is pretty good. It looks like it's something that's straight out of Ardenweald. I'll be adding this to my collection. Pushing on we have the Springtide Dream Talon. This again is in the zone, the Emerald Dream, and again it's off the vendor Thistlefur, and the price again is 2,500 Seed Bloom. Here we are with another Dream Talon. This time it's a green and white one. These are really kinda neat. Hopefully Blizzard doesn't overdo them, and we can get some later on down the road and not feel like we've been bombarded with them. Next we have Stargazer. This is coming out of the Emerald Dream again. This is sold by the vendor Eliana, and again it's going to cost you 1 Dream Infusion. Here we have another Tallbuck style mount. Again, it's translucent. This would have been nicer if they would have gave it a color palette, but I'll take another mount for my collection. Next up we have the Sun Touched Dream Stag. This again is in the Emerald Dream. You're going to buy it from the vendor Moon Priestess Lysara. The cost for this is 1,200 Dragon Isle supplies. Here we have another Tallbuck. This one has the larger horns, and the coloring's not too bad on it. It kinda looks like it's set into an autumn theme, so I'll be sure to add this one to my collection too. Our next mount is Talent. We're going to see this in the Emerald Dream again. This is sold by the vendor Eliana, and it's going to cost 1 Dream Infusion. Here we have another translucent Dream Talon. I am liking the Dream Talons. I just wish they would stay away from the translucent mounts. Up next we have the Verdant Armadon. This you're going to receive for doing the achievement Keystone Master Season 3. I think the Keystone Master Season 2 Armadon was probably the best looking one with the fire on him. This one looks a little bit plain. It would have been nice to see a green flame or something on him. Our next mount is the Vicious Moonbeast. This is a PvP Dragonflight Season 3 mount. The Vicious saddles have always looked really good. I've never gone after one myself, but I think I read somewhere that you're going to be able to queue for rated battlegrounds to work towards these, so I should start working on some of them. The last one I can preview is the Winter Night Dream Saver. This again is just a placeholder. They don't have any information about where it's going to drop or if you're going to get it from a vendor, so we'll just have to wait and see as the patch gets closer. And here we have our last Tiger mount. This one is really nice. I really like the color combination on it. I'll just have to wait for some information to find out where it comes from. They do have 5 other Bakar mounts listed in the journal, but as of right now, they don't have any preview for them, so I can't show them to you. But as 10.2 gets closer, I'm sure we'll be able to see them. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. You can click on subscribe. Thanks for coming by and watching it. I'm going to send a hi out to my best friend, and you all take care.